Anyway, blog archive is a very key element in the layout of blogs. And here, as you see, and the typical way that they're set up is that whatever month you're in, of the year you're in, they'll show you all of the links, all of the titles of the posts. So, to look at, here's my first year, 2007, right? I had 172 posts, and then it's broken down by month. And here, if I click on the month, I then get a list of the blog posts of that month, and so on down the pike. So other ways that people can actually access your blog, or get to material, is that I could click on a year, 2009, for example, and that takes me to the year 2009 on my blog. And here we see the last post of the year from December 31st, and from there backwards, from there to previous posts as I go down, backwards through December 29th to December 2009, to from December all the way back to January. And we don't see it all on one page, because that same point operates that there's a limit to how many things appear on one page. So at this point we get to older posts, and that would take us to the next set of posts that appear in 2009. That is again moving backwards in time. So I can click on it, I can choose it by year, I can also choose it by month. I'm still doing the upload. So if I just wanted to get February of 2009, I can click on there, and you can actually see it up in the URL. It's indicating, so this is taking me to the February archive. Running a little slow here. There we go. So here is the post that I did in February of 2009. Again, arranged in the same way. So from the latest to the earliest, moving back along the page, and so moving down, and since they only had I guess 7 posts, and then we don't go to an older page. But if there were more posts in that month, it would go down to an older page. And we can also, through this method, we can also pick on one specific page, and I can go to that page in particular through this archive. So can look through it and say, okay, this is something that this was a post that I want to find, and find that one specific edition, or one specific post coming up, and go to that particular page, because again, each post has its own page. So the archive gives you multiple ways to access your blog posts. Okay, moving down, here is another kind of gadget, the About Me gadget, and with a link to my profile. And as part of the new setup, that goes to the Google Plus profile that you set up. Here's an older area where I also have, I mentioned some of my books, and have links again to that Amazon bookstore or that Amazon account. Another widget or gadget that I put in connects to my Twitter account and puts in all of the Twitter updates that I've posted, which well, I haven't put one up since Wednesday. Sometimes I put them up frequently. Again, I've been kind of busy lately, including with this course. But that's actually a way to add content to the blog page, even when I'm not blogging. Here, network blogs on Facebook is another way to get followers or get people to know about it. You have a Facebook profile, Facebook account. You can set up your blog, connect it to or set that up on Facebook through the Network Blogs app, or I guess is what you call it, application on Facebook, and then invite everyone that you're friends with to follow your blog in that way. Okay, followers, another one, Google Friend Connect. I mean, these are all different ways to get people to at least show their support for you, if nothing else, and follow you. In this way, whether they read you or not is a whole nother story. But if nothing else, it's sort of like the like button. They show their support, and perhaps they do even read you. This goes back a long some time. I really need to at some point get update this, go through this, but it's a set of links. So everything, as I go down here, some of the links are to my own materials, some of them are to other people's blogs or websites, and anyway, that goes down that way. Labels are something that I haven't asked you to deal with yet, but and I use the sort of cloud version, which just makes for an interesting way of looking at things. So like media ecology, my subject has 392 posts, quite a lot. Some other things like here, Tolkien, the author of Lord of the Rings, I only have 11 posts on. So I click on that and it shows all the posts with the label Tolkien. It's like tagging. It's the same thing. Labels is what Blogger calls tagging, and other social media call tagging. What the label does is it's like an index. It selects out every post that you put up that has that particular label, and then arranges them in that same order chronologically from the most recent to the oldest. And so here are our posts. You know, you would think, well, what does this have to do with Tolkien? And I'm not going to explain it. It's just comes up. If it comes up in a certain way, it got that label, and here they're all kind of arranged in order. Again, whatever, and there were, I think, 11 altogether. So here I do have the button for older posts, so labels are actually a very useful way that you can index your blog posts, and they come up at the end where you get to fill them in. But what I'm actually recommending is, I used to ask, and when I've done this course before, I've asked folks to do the labels immediately, and I did mention that you should put the labels widget in, but now my recommendation is hold off on the labels a bit, wait until you've put up some posts, and then let's go back and talk about adding the labels. But here is the label area and the label gadget, so you can see it, see what it is. here was something, and this was a kind of third-party HTML that I was given. Somebody was doing this thing a few years ago of bloginterviewer.com, where you can vote for the blog on their site for whatever that's worth, and they did interview or give me interview questions, and well, so this is just a little link to that. Here's a search box. This was something that was going around, was the blogging circuit a few years ago, the Thinking Blogger Award. There's another subscribe to box. Here's another gadget, popular posts. You need to have some posts, and then this puts them in order of the posts that are the most popular, that people have clicked on and have looked at the most, and puts them in order. And that really brings me to the bottom of the blog and the very end of it, and the end of my demonstration.